Swami Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Let that Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is understood by truly authorized Vedic literature, and who has created peace and prosperity to destroy all calamities of the created world, be kind enough to bestow his glance upon the demigods. His merciful glance can supersede the beauty of the spotless lotus flower, which is the home of the goddess of fortune. Translation again. Let that Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is understood by truly authorized Vedic literature and who has created peace and prosperity to destroy all calamities of the created world, be kind enough to bestow his glance upon the demigods. His merciful glance can supersede the beauty of the spotless lotus flower, which is the home of the goddess of fortune. Purport. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is the origin of the cosmic manifestation, is covered by the wonderful activities of material nature. Just as outer space or the illumination of the sun and moon is sometimes covered by clouds or dust, it is very difficult to find the origin of the cosmic manifestation. Therefore, material scientists conclude that nature is the ultimate cause of all manifestations. But from Shastra or authentic literature like Bhagavad Gita and other Vedic scriptures, we understand that behind this wonderful cosmic manifestation is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and in order to maintain the regular procedures of the cosmic manifestation, and in order to maintain the regular procedures of the cosmic manifestation and to be visible to the eyes of persons who are in the mode of goodness, the Lord appears. Let's take this again. But from Shastra or authentic literature like Bhagavad Gita and other Vedic scriptures, we understand that behind this wonderful cosmic manifestation is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And in order to maintain the regular procedures of the cosmic manifestation and to be visible to the eyes of persons who are in the mode of goodness, the Lord appears. He is the cause of the creation and dissolution of the cosmic manifestation. The demigods therefore prayed for his merciful glance upon them in order to be blessed. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Sulakaya Chakshurmitanyena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobhistam Stapitamena Bhutale Swamrupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Gurudas Jadvaita Swaminiti Namine. The words again. So ayam sthiti vyatikaro upasamaya srishtan satvena na surganan anumeya tattva drishyat adabra karunena vilokanena yat sriniketam amalam shipat aravindam. Translation. Let the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is understood by truly authorized Vedic literature and who has created peace and prosperity to destroy all calamities of the material world, be kind enough to bestow his glance upon the demigods. His merciful glance can supersede the beauty of the spotless lotus flower, which is the home of the goddess of fortune. Yeah. In this chapter, when we study about the genealogical table of the daughters of Manu, Manu's daughters, first of all, Manu is a post. So in one day, 12 hours of Lord Brahma, there are 1,000 Divya Yugas or 1,000 Yuga cycles, right? 1,000 Yuga cycles of Sattva, Treta, Dwapar, and Kali. 1,000. And one, similarly, Manu span is 71 Yuga cycles, right? Uh, so there are, in one day of Lord Brahma, there are 14 Manus, right? There are 14 Manus in one day of Lord Brahma. That's a span of Manu. And so that's where in the ninth canto, I believe in ninth canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, all the 14 Manus are described with their names, that, oh, this Manu doing this time, this will be the name of the Manu, this will be the name of Lord Indra, this will be the Sapta Rishis, and all those kind of things are nicely described in the, I believe, the ninth canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. So we're talking about Swayambhuva Manu, and he had three daughters and two sons, primarily three daughters. Devahuti, Akuti, and Prasuti, and two sons, Uttanapad and Priyavrata. Right. So we studied in detail about Kardama Muni and Devahuti, almost the third canto, and then we see the instructions of Lord Kapila. Lord Kapila takes birth as a son of Kardama Muni and Devahuti. Right. So similarly, here we have Daksha and Prasuti. And Daksha and Prasuti, no, from them, the other daughter of Manu, Prasuti, was married to Daksha Prajapati. And from them came 16 daughters, right? And 13 of them were described in verses 48 to 59, where we see Shraddha, Maitri, Daya, Santi, Tushti, Pushti, Kriya, Unnati, Buddhi, Meda, Titiksha, Ri, and Murti. And from them came, they all married Dharma, and from them came 13 sons: Shubha, Prasada, Abhaya, Sukha, Muda, Smaya, Yoga, Darpa, Artha, Smriti, Shema, Prashraya, and Srinar Narayan. So Srinar Narayan appeared, took birth from one daughter of Prasuti, called Maitri, called Murti, married to Dharma, right? And as soon as, in the previous verses we saw, that as soon as Narayan Rishi appeared, the entire world was joyful. Everyone's mind, the directions, the air, the rivers and the mountains became pleasant. Right. And when everything is joyful, the demigods in control of these different effects of the material manifestation also very pleased, satisfied, because now they have less work to do, less things to manage, right? And whenever you have less things to manage, you are much more relaxed, right? Much more relaxed. More upadhi you take on your head, you have more things to manage and more anxiety you are in. So the demigods were very pleased and they desired to get the merciful glance of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who has appeared in the form of Narayan, right? And that's where this verse comes about, where this pray that let the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is understood by truly authorized Vedic literature, right? Who is the creator of the Vedic literature? The Supreme Lord. Sarva Chaham Ridadesa Sannivishto Matasmritim Jnanam Apohanam Cha Vedaischa Sarva Aham Eva Vedyo Vedanta Krit Vedavit Eva Aham. The Lord creates the Vedas, and through Vedas, the Lord has to be known. Similarly, the Lord is the creator of the cosmic manifestation, right? In turn, we see uh, here he's a creator of the cosmic manifestation, is a mentor of the cosmic manifestation, and is a dissolver of the cosmic manifestation. For secondary creation, we see he has entrusted that to Lord Brahma, and for dissolution, also Lord Shiva helps him, right? So, who has created peace and prosperity to destroy all calamities of the created world? All calamities of the created world, are destroyed by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. When He appears, He creates peace and prosperity. Right? That's why um, we have this verses for Om Santi, 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 where we basically pray to the Supreme Personality of Godhead by different Bij mantras, right? Um, so that peace and prosperity prevails uh, in the cosmic manifestation, especially when the Supreme Personality of Godhead appears, right? And so they are praying that can He be kind enough to glance upon the demigods? His merciful glance can supersede the beauty. And then His glance is described. That His merciful glance, first of all, His glance is very merciful, and His merciful glance is so beautiful, right, that it can supersede the beauty of the lotus flower, which is the home of the goddess of fortune, right? So, Srila Prabhupada in the purport, he mentions about this cosmic manifestation, that was the cosmic manifestation. Who is the origin of the cosmic manifestation? The origin of the cosmic manifestation is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And just as this cosmic manifestation, right, at times is covered by the wonderful activities of material nature, right? Similarly, the outer space, the sun and the moon, for temporarily are covered by clouds. They're covered by clouds, or if you're staying in area like Delhi, they're covered by dust, right? Or pollution. It's covered in form of fog and everything. Then it appears, right? So it is temporarily covered by clouds or dust, right? Similarly, the cosmic manifestation is temporarily covered by the wonderful activities of material nature. So that that wonderful activities of the material nature and the illusion of the three modes of material nature creates a scenario where it is very difficult to find the origin of the cosmic manifestation, right? And that's where the material scientists speculate that, oh, the cosmic manifestation came about from this, from a Big Bang, right? Um, or nature itself is the cause. Prakriti kriyamani gune karmani sarvaswaha ahankara vimudatma kartahamiti manyate. Right? Ahankara vimudatma, the thing that, oh, this cosmic manifestation. comes from nature. Ultimately, it comes from the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Right? He is the supreme cause. Ishvara Sarva Bhutanam. What is that? Ishvara Parama Krishna Sachidananda Vigraha Anadi Adi Govinda Sarva Karana Karana means the cause of all causes. He is the cause of all causes. Similarly, the cosmic manifestation, uh, um, the creation of the cosmic manifestation, the cause is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Right. So, we are not behind this wonderful cosmic manifestation of Supreme Personality of Godhead. And in order for the regular procedures of the cosmic manifestation and to be visible to the eyes of persons who are in the mode of goodness, the Lord appears. So here the primary reason for the Lord appearance, apart from paritana sadhana vinasya duskritam or yada yada hi dharmasya, it's mentioned here is in order to maintain the regular procedures of the cosmic manifestation and to be visible to the eyes of person in the mode of goodness, right? The Lord appears. So that's how the demigods praise for his merciful glance, which is so beautiful that it supersedes the beauty of the lotus flower, supersedes the beauty of the lotus flower. So, um, Lord is all merciful, right? Lord is all merciful. That's why, especially during his appearance is also by his supreme will, right? By his supreme will he appears to give pleasure to his devotees. To give pleasure to his devotees. Vinasya Duskritam can happen even uh, through his agencies, right? In agencies in form of uh, so many Adi Bhautika, Adi Daivika, Adhyatmika. We can create so many Vinasya Duskritam, right? But to give pleasure to his devotees, he appears, right? Um, mm, and that's how, though the cosmic manifestation is created by him, right? So that those who revolt against him can try, right? That can try to see if they can get enjoyment. But the real enjoyment comes when the Lord appears. Because during that time, peace and prosperity prevails. During that time, peace and prosperity prevails. Otherwise, in this temporary world, we will see all kinds of disturbances. Disturbances in the form of war, disturbances in the form of quarrel and hypocrisy, disturbances in the form of uh, illegal deportation and migration and this and that, and so many things happening around the world um, under the care of corrupt leaders and so many other nuisances. Right. Okay. Are there any discussions on this subject matter? We still have some time, so we will talk about some discussions. Discussions, reflections. Haribo. Everybody scratching their head or thinking, oh, another misery has come in form of snow and ice. I have to clean that in the driveway. No discussions. Nityananda Prabhu is there and there has no questions. It's difficult to imagine. To check quiz question. Who were the parents of Narayan Rishi? Narayan Rishi appeared from whom?
Is this a question, Bapuji?
Yeah.
It's from Murti and Dharma.
Maitri and Dharma. All right, good.
Murti, Prabhuji. Murti, right?
Murti and Dharma.
Yeah.
Well,
Prabhuji, we can discuss about Nityananda Prabhuji. Like Nityananda Trayadashi is coming up, so
we can discuss about Nityananda Dashi. Yeah. So the Supreme Lord appears, as we heard in this section. The Supreme Lord appears to give pleasure to his devotees. In the same way, Supreme Lord, first expansion of the Supreme Lord, Lord Balaram, right, also appears as Nityananda Balaram, the original spiritual master, right? So in Gaur Lila, in one, which is the Lord, in his various forms, he appears, right? We see from Devahuti, the Lord appears as Lord Kapila. We see here Narayan Rishi appears from Murti and Dharma. Um, so in various yugas, and there are various incarnations of the Supreme Lord. Various incarnations of the Supreme Lord. It's mentioned that in the ocean, you won't be able to count the number of waves. Similarly, you won't be able to count the number of incarnations of the Supreme Lord. There are various, innumerable. On our pillars, we have the prominent 10 avatars, but there are various. But similarly, Lord Nityananda is not just an avatar, it's not just an incarnation. Right? Uh, it's the first expansion. In Lord Krishna appears. We saw this one day of Lord Brahma with 1,000 yuga cycles, which means 4,000 yugas. Lord Krishna appears once in one day of Lord Brahma. And whenever Lord Krishna appears in that once in one in the yuga, in one day of Lord Brahma, subsequent yuga, like Lord Krishna appeared in Dwapar Yuga, in this yuga cycle of Lord Brahma, uh, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appears in the subsequent Yuga and Kali Yuga. And before Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Lord Nityananda appears. Just as before Lord Krishna, Lord Balaram appears to prepare uh, the place, to prepare the place for the Lord's appearance. Similarly, Lord Nityananda appears almost um, 12 years or 14 years before Lord Mahaprabhu, Gauranga Mahaprabhu. And then when he travels around, right, he appears as a son of Adai Pandit and Mother Padmavati. At the age of 12, Brahmana visits and is asking Adai Pandit and Mother Padmavati for the son as a companion so that he can travel with him. Though their hearts were shattered, now they have to now abide by the request of the Brahmana, a point to be noted by Grahasthas, that if a sannyasi comes and asks, especially a genuine sannyasi in this age, otherwise there will be many unscrupulous person. So when they come, ask, show them nicely. So similarly, Hadai Pandit and Mother Padmavati, though they were so attached to Lord Nityananda, like Dashrath Maharaj, so attached to Lord Ramachandra, they allow Lord Nityananda to go with the Brahmana, and he travels around throughout India, goes to the south, also gets initiated by Madhavendra Puri, comes to Vrindavan. Then he comes to the house of Nandanacharya in Mayapur. Because by that time, Mahaprabhu had already appeared, was doing his lila. No. So he had already appeared, and so he comes there, the house of Nandanacharya, and that's where there's a meeting of Mahaprabhu and um, Lord Nityananda. Both in that meeting were rolling in the ground. There's so much in ecstasy. And there are many, many wonderful pastimes of Lord Nityananda, which we'll discuss in the subsequent days. We have been discussing that in our Sunday classes on Zoom last few weeks. And we'll discuss again this week and Monday, celebrate the appearance of Lord Nityananda. Just on that note, um, we cannot get the mercy of Radha Krishna without getting the mercy of Gauranga Mahaprabhu, who is not different than Radha Krishna. But we cannot get the mercy of Gauranga Mahaprabhu without getting the mercy of Lord Nityananda. So if we really want to get the mercy of Gauranga Mahaprabhu, if we really want to get the mercy of our Shri Radha Shamsundar, then worship Lord Nityananda. Right? Worship Lord Nityananda. Serve in whatever capacity you can on his wonderful appearance day, which is coming on Monday. As much as you can. On that Nityananda Tarodasi, in 2006, Srila Prabhupada came to us in our yatra in the form of his Vigraha, which is installed in our temple. That came to us in 2006, February 2006, Nityananda Tarodasi. And subsequent Nityananda Tradashis will celebrate with 24-hour kirtan at the Tata Prabhu's place. So Nityananda Tradashi is a deep uh, significance also in our yatra. So mark that day for more services. If you had to take a day off, just like you think about, no, like Srila Prabhupada would mention, he didn't mention Janmashtami or Gaur Purnim. He said, oh, the biggest festival is Nityananda Trayodasi. Spiritually, it's so true. Because without satisfying Lord Nityananda, we won't get the mercy of Gauranga Mahaprabhu. Okay, it's 7:04. We're past. Thank you all very much. We'd like to wish everybody a safe and Krishna conscious day ahead. And we'd like to offer our prayers to the Supreme Lord by chanting Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare Rama, Hare
Rama, Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Rama
Rama
Rama,
Rama,
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare Rama,
Rama
Rama
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Rama
Rama
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Hare,
Shri Nrsingo, Jai Nrsingo, Jai Jai Nrsingo, Praladesha, Jaya Padma, Mukha Padma Blinga, Ugraviram,
Ugraviram Mahavishnu, Jalantam Sarvatomukam, Narsingham,
Nrsingham Bhishanam Bhadram, Nityam Nityam Namamiham.
Namami,
नरसिंह भगवान की
की
जय,
जय,
प्रहलाद महाराज की
की जय,
जय। गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि
हरि
बोल।
हरि हरि बोल।
Thank you, everyone. Hari, Hari Bol.